Hi, I am First Hipster Ever, and today we're going to be cooking up something fine.
Cooking up something fine.
Today's recipe is going to be a classic take on an old Italian dish known as bruschetta. But I'm going to give it a little twist, and we're actually going to be making Steve Buscemi's Steve Bruschetta because he knows how to make a good bruschetta. So I'm going to show you how to make bruschetta just like Steve Buscemi. Alright, so what you're going to need is some organic plum tomatoes, depending on how many people you're trying to feed. As you may know, Steve Buscetta always has a lot of people to feed. So what I'm going to do is I'm using 6 tomatoes, and you're going to need about 4 cloves of garlic. We have our garlic here. Better shot of garlic. And then, as you can tell, fresh basil plants. Because Stevie Bruschetta, I mean, he's not going to have anything less but fresh basil right off of the plant. And it's up to you on this one. I've got a little bit of salt in here. Just a little bit of salt. And of course, some EVOO extra virgin olive oil. You know, that's good. You know why it's good. And how could I forget? Fresh bag of bread. None of that pre-sliced shit, because it has a weird scent to it. It has a weird smell to it. So you gotta get the whole roll, whole baguette, and then slice her up real good. And boy, does it make your bruschetta Buscemi worthy. And it also gets my famous seal of approval. So step 1, you're gonna want to properly core your tomato. Make sure to use a serrated blade. It's what Buscemi uses when he makes bruschetta. And don't you want to make this accurate? So use a serrated blade, and then you're just going to cut the tomato into 4 chunks here, and simply scoop out that core. Be careful not to chop your finger or fingers, plural, off. Whoop. But yeah, core it out. Reminds me of that Stone Temple Pilots, their debut called Core. And so I figured I'd share that. I'm sure Buscemi listens to Stone Temple Pilots here and there. So make sure to get all that gunk out if there is any gunk in there. You're not going to want that in your shetta. And last but not least, finally we have our last tomato. Core it out, get the gunk out. And there you go. Alright, so the next step, after we've cored our tomatoes, we're going to want to dice them up properly so we get those nice square chunks. So how I prefer to do it is, you're going to want to slice them long ways, get some nice tomato slivers, right? And once you got those slivers going, you're going to take your knife and, believe it or not, you're going to put it facing the other direction now, and then you're going to dice them up. And then wait till you see this after I've finished cutting these. Look at that. Your classic Buscemi bruschetta square. And it's that easy, folks. I mean, so once you got your tomatoes cored and sliced up, you just want to put them in a little bowl like this, and you are well on your way to a nice, tasty bruschetta. A bruschetta. Alright, for this next step, it's pretty simple. All you're going to need is a garlic crusher. As found, you can get one of these suckers anywhere. I mean, I got this one at a gas station. So, I mean, you can really find these anywhere. So what you're going to do is you take the garlic crusher, you get a clove of garlic, you get her in there real good and nice. Bring it over your bowl of sliced tomatoes, crush it up. It's as simple as that. You just crush it up. And look at that, squirts all over the place. It's disgusting. You chop it off with your knife there. You know, make sure you get all that good garlic flavor. And hey, you're that much closer to having a good bruschetta. Alright, so we got our garlic in there with the tomatoes. And we are now just that much closer to having a one proud Steve Buscemi. Alright, so we have our garlic and tomato. Next up is the basil, because everybody knows, what is it? Everybody knows a good bruschetta, you gotta have basil. And Steve Buscemi would agree with me if he were here. So let's first off, we're gonna need about 40 bruschetta leaves. So, we're just going to peel here from our bruschetta plant. We're about halfway there. And see, the thing I love about these big bruschetta plants is they just never stop growing. They'll never stop growing. You can rip these bruschetta leaves right off, and you'll have a new one in its place in no time.
Almost there.
And this plant, of course, commonly known as the basil bush, but I do like to refer to it, and just a little joke, but I like calling it the basil bush because it is our almighty source of great bruschetta. Like, again, if you were here, Steve Bruschetta would agree with me. But here we go, that should be enough bruschetta plant. So we're ready to start chopping these up. Alright, so once you got all your basil lined up, what you're going to want to do is grab your brush shredder, and if you don't have a brush shredder, a knife will work, or you can just rip it up with your hands if you don't have a knife. But if you're trying to make bruschetta without a knife, I mean, I think we established that you're definitely going to need a knife for the tomatoes. So buy a knife. It's not done. It's not finished, so I gotta chop it up a little better, okay? But I'm telling you, it's a hell of a lot quicker than using a pesky old knife. Alright, and you can consider that brew shredded. Alright, so we have our basil, our garlic, and our tomatoes in a bowl, sliced and diced, and ready to go. So let's take this to the next level and complete this bruschetta and make Steve proud, huh? Alright, so we got our garlic, our basil, and our tomato all in a bowl, and this bruschetta is ready to get kicking now. Now we're really getting towards the completion of the Steve Buscemi's bruschetta. So we're almost there, just bear with me, folks. Alright, so now we're just going to add the finishing touches. As any great artist knows, it's all about the details at the end. You know, we have our base here, but we need those fine little details. So once you got your salt, your EVOO, your tomato, and your basil and your garlic, you just want to give it a little stir, mix it all up. You're going to want to mix it up real good, because as you may know, if you've ever had bruschetta, it's just not that good if you don't mix it up. I mean, Steve will tell you, first hipster ever, most certainly going to tell you, if you want that seal of approval, on your bruschetta. You gotta mix up the ingredients, the guts of it, as I get. A bruschetta, as I call it. Boy, I love bruschetta. And just the sound it makes when you mix it up, it's a lot like mac and cheese, the sound you get. Which, as a lot of you may know, mac and cheese is good. Yeah. I mean, take that to the bank. No one will argue it. Alright, so I think she's good and mixed now. Give it a little slap. Next up, my favorite part personally, is that sweet bread. Because as a lot of you may know, I am a big bread head, and I love me some bread. But basically, you're just gonna want to get a little thin slice of bread. And I'm sure you can imagine, I mean, it's bruschetta. Alright, so you'll know you're done slicing the bread once you have a bunch of tiny little bruschettas, just like this. And then when you have your little bruschettas, there's a few things you're going to want to do before you put your bruschetta on your bread. And that's a guarantee. All right, another one of the finishing touches you're going to want is you're going to want to need to drizzle a little bit of this olive oil here on your little bruschettas here. So you're just going to want to do a nice, steady stream. You know, just drizzle it up. Just drizzle it out of here. Just get it out of there. Huh? Just get it out of there. And as you can see, well, it's not that even of a spread, but hey, it'll have to do. And I'm sure Steve Buscemi would still be very proud. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set your oven to about 525 degrees on the broil setting. And for those of you folks who don't know what the broil setting is, just exit the video now. Stop watching, because I mean, I don't want to know you. I don't want you cooking this recipe. And I most certainly don't want you cooking this recipe from the video that I've presented. Because this is how Steve makes it. Let me tell you, Steve knows how to broil. Mr. Buscemi knows how to broil. Alright, so you keep that in mind, folks at home. And stay tuned, because next time you see me, we're going to have some fresh bruschetta. Wow. Alright, so we have our bruschetta, it's all ready. And I have my guest here, Josh. He's going to be trying it out with me. And I hope you guys at home are ready to try your bruschetta. And just a quick warning. If you are not wearing socks, I suggest you put some socks on, because this will rip your foot skin off when you try it if you're not wearing socks. So bon appetit, and here's to you, Mr. Buscemi. Oh, that's definitely got my first hipster's seal of approval. Alright, well, thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed your bruschetta. And I know Steve Buscemi, if you're out there watching this, you definitely enjoyed your bruschetta. But again, Steve Buscemi's Steve Bruschetta, worthy of my first hipster's seal of approval. And I hope you enjoyed. And stay tuned for some more recipes with me.